Assalamu alaikum, dear students, how are you? Hope you are very well by the mercy of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Today I am going to take another class on completing sentence, and this class is very, very important for you because I am going to discuss so many rules. So please listen to my lecture very carefully and be attentive. Now let us start our today's discussion. At the very beginning we see that there is the rule on as if and as though. Okay. The Bengali meaning is jano. If the first sentence becomes present indefinite, and if we find as if or as though in the midst of two sentences, please try to listen to me very carefully. If we find as if or as though between two sentences, okay, please notice carefully. And if the first sentence becomes present indefinite, then the second sentence must be past indefinite. If we find as if or as though in the midst of two sentences, okay. Please see the example. He speaks. This is present indefinite tense. He speaks. This is present indefinite tense, as if he were a minister. So here, if we want to use bihar, then you have to use where. Whether the subject may be first person, second person, or third person, you have to use the word where if you want to use the bihar. Okay. Then if you want to use principal verb or main verb, then you have to turn the verb into past form. So the rule is that if we find as if or as though between two sentences, and if the first sentence becomes present indefinite tense, then the second sentence, that is the sentence in the gap, must be past indefinite tense. Okay. Number 3, please notice. Here we also find as if and as though between two sentences, and the first sentence is past indefinite tense. If the first sentence becomes past indefinite tense, then the second sentence must be past perfect tense. If we find as if or as though between two sentences, okay. The man spoke. This is past indefinite tense. The man spoke as if he had been a man. Okay, this is past perfect tense. He acted as though he had become a heroine. This is also past perfect tense. So, dear students, try to remember the rule. Try to memorize the rule. If we find as though as if between two sentences, and if the first sentence becomes present indefinite tense, then the second sentence must be past indefinite tense. And if the first sentence becomes past indefinite tense, then the second sentence must be past perfect tense. Okay? Here is the ending of the discussion of as if and as though. Now let us go to the another rule, since and as. Since and as. The Bengali meaning is jehetu, shehetu. Okay. Since he was ill, he could not go to college. Okay. This is the reason sentence, or this is the cause sentence. If any sentence begins with the word since or as, naturally it expresses the causes. It expresses the cause. And the second sentence must be the result of the first sentence. Okay? So we can say that this is the result sentence and this is the cause sentence. This is the cause sentence and this is the result sentence. Okay. Please notice the example. Since he was ill, he could not go to college. Okay. He could not go to college. Why? Because he was ill, or since he was ill. So this is the reason sentence. His inability, his not to going to college is the reason is he was ill. Okay. The second sentence, as he was qualified, he got the job easily. Why he got the job? Why did he get the job? The cause or the reason is that he was qualified. So please try to remember the rule. Please try to listen to the rule very carefully. If the first sentence begins with the word since or as, then the second sentence must be the result of the first sentence. Okay. Dear students, I am going to the next rule. Lest should oblique might. No said, নতুবা পাশে ভয় হয়, this type of Bengali meaning. নসেট নতুবা পাশে ভয় হয়, this type of Bengali meaning it gives. Okay, what is the rule? The rule is that if we find any gap, if we find gap after the word lest, okay, please notice the word lest. If we find any gap after the word lest, then we have to use subject, should or might and present form and the rest of the part of the sentence. Okay, so notice the example. Walk fast lest you should miss the bus. Walk fast lest you should miss the bus. He ran away lest he should be arrested. Okay, if we use be after the word should or could, then the verb of the second sentence must be past participle. But if we use only should, then the verb must be present form. So the rule is that if we find gap after the word lest, then we have to use subject, should or could, present form, or subject, should, be, past participle. Okay, dear students, I am going to the next rule. Unless, okay, here is the ending of the discussion on lest rule. Unless, jodi na. Naturally, if any sentence begins with the word unless, this is one kind of conditional sentence. Unless you read well, you cannot make a good result. Okay, naturally the second sentence, if the first sentence begins with the word unless, the second sentence usually becomes negative. So this is the result sentence. Please notice, unless you read well, you cannot make a good result. Okay, that is to say that if you do not read well, you cannot make a good result. This type of meaning. So if the first sentence begins with the word unless, the second sentence must be with the subject, and after the subject we should use cannot, could not, according to the tense of the first sentence. Okay. Number 2, please notice, here we see the word unless between two sentences. Unless may be used between two sentences. Okay. In that case, the first sentence will be negative. You cannot prosper in life unless you work hard. Okay, this is the condition. You cannot prosper in life unless you work hard. That is, if we want to work hard, we must work hard. If we want to prosper in life, we must work hard. So for this reason, we can say unless you work hard, you cannot prosper in life unless you work hard. So dear students, if we find any gap after the word unless, then the sentence will be affirmative. And if we find gap after the sentence unless, then the sentence of the gap in the gap will be negative. Okay, I am going to the next rule. Here we see the usage of since between two sentences. Okay, since, it is one kind of conjunction. Here since is a conjunction because it has joined two sentences. Okay, the rule is that if the first sentence becomes present indefinite tense, then the sentence after the word since must be past indefinite tense. So try to listen to me very carefully. This is a very important rule for you. If the first sentence becomes present indefinite tense or present perfect tense, then the sentence after the word since must be past indefinite tense. That is to say that in the gap, if you find gap after the word since, and if the first sentence becomes present indefinite or past present perfect, then the second sentence, that is the sentence in the gap, must be past indefinite tense. Okay. Another rule is that if the first sentence becomes past indefinite tense, then the sentence after the word since must be past perfect tense. Please listen to me very carefully. If the first sentence becomes past indefinite tense, then the sentence, that is the sentence after the word since or in the gap, must be past indefinite tense, past perfect tense. Okay, please notice the example. It was 5 years. This is past indefinite tense. Since we had met last, this is past perfect tense. It is long. This is present indefinite tense. Since I saw her, this is past indefinite tense. So the rule is that if the first sentence becomes present indefinite or present perfect, the sentence in the gap must be past indefinite, and if the first sentence becomes past indefinite, then the sentence in the gap must be past perfect. Okay? Dear students, I am going to the next rule. It is time, it is high time. Ihai upojukto সময়. The Bengali meaning is ihai upojukto সময়. So if we find the gap after the word, it is time or it is high time. And if we find any subject after the word time, if we find subject, then we have to use past form and other parts of the sentence. Okay. That is to say that after the word it is time, it is high time, we can use subject, past form and rest of the parts of the sentence. And it is time, we can also use 2 plus verb present form and rest of the parts of the sentence. So the rule is that if we find gap after the word it is time, it is high time, we can use subject plus past form and we can also use 2 plus present form. Okay, please notice the example. It is high time we changed our bad habit. Here we have used subject plus past form. It is time to stop corruption. Here we have not used any subject. We have used infinitive, that is to stop corruption. So the rule is that after the word it is time or it is high time, we can use subject past form and we can also use 2 verb present form. 2 plus verb, that is after the word to we have to use the present form of the verb. Okay? Dear students, I am going to the next rule. Here we see, would you mind? আপত্তি আছে কি? কিছু মনে করলেন কি? This type of Bengali meaning. If we find gap after the word would you mind or mind, then we have to use verb plus ing in the gap. If we find the gap after the word would you mind or would you mind, this type of, that is, if the sentence begins with the word would you mind, then we have to use verb plus ing in the gap. So the example is, would you mind singing a song? Would you mind singing a song? Okay, dear students, I am going to the next rule, that is Bayes-Jog gerund. Okay. After, if we find gap after the word Bayes-Jog gerund, then we have to use the full sentence in the gap. We have to use the full sentence. By reading well, you can pass the exam. By reading well, you can pass the whole. So I have used subject, can, present form and other parts of the sentence. That is the object and the extension. Okay. The rule is that if we find gap after Bayes-Jog gerund, then we have to use subject, present form or modal verbs, etc. Okay. Another rule, without jog gerund. If we find gap after the word without jog gerund, then the sentence in the gap must be negative or it will give the negative sense. If it does not become negative, then it will give the negative sense. Okay. Please notice the example. Without working hard, you cannot prosper. That is, the condition is that if you want to prosper in life, you have to work hard. So we say that without working hard, you cannot prosper in life. Here I have used the full sentence. Okay? Dear students, I am going to the next rule. Cannot or oblique could not but. Okay. This is a very, very important rule for you. Cannot but or could not but. Okay. The rule is that if we find gap after the word cannot but or could not but, we have to use present form and other parts of the sentence. Okay. Please notice the example. I cannot but go there. We could not but help him. So if we find any gap after the word cannot but or could not but, we have to use verb, that is the present form of the verb and rest of the part of the sentence. Okay. Dear students, I am going to the next number. Cannot or could not help. If we find any gap after the word cannot help or could not help, we have to use verb plus ing and other parts of the sentences. Okay. We can also use only verb plus ing. It will depend on the meaning of the first sentence. Okay. Please notice the example. I cannot help going there. He could not help crying. So the rule is that after the word cannot help or could not help, we have to use verb plus ing. And if the verb takes the object, we have to use the object after that verb. Okay. Dear students, I am going to the next number. In spite of, despite. The rule is that if we find gap after the word in spite of or despite, we have to use verb plus ing, or we can also use noun. So please notice the example. In spite of working hard, he failed in the exam. So please notice here I have used verb plus ing. The man is unhappy despite mass issues. Okay, here I have used noun. Okay, so you can use verb plus ing or noun in the gap after the word in spite of or despite. Okay. Dear students, I am going to the last number of our today's discussion. And the last number is instead of, in lieu of. The Bengali meaning is poriborte. When anybody takes another thing instead of another thing, then we have to use instead of in the gap. Okay. You have to notice that the word before the word before instead of and the word after instead of will be the same type of words. So please notice the example. He took biology in lieu of mathematics. So biology is the name of a subject, and mathematics is also name of a subject. So you have to remember that the two words before the word instead of or in lieu of may be the same thing. Okay. She bought fish instead of meat. Okay, here we see fish is one kind of food, meat is also one kind of food. So the rule is that after the word instead of or in lieu of, we have to use noun. So dear students, I have come at the end of my today's discussion. I think that this class will be very much helpful for you. In my next class, I will also discuss more rules on completing sentence. So thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.